full screen. Well, good noon everyone. Welcome to Nifty Banknifty live analysis. So yesterday we did see some bit of up move happening over here in Nifty and Banknifty, and then from the same 2 days high, or basically the red boxes, the selling came in towards the end for the downside. Now one thing was very clear, I was more interested to focus Nifty on the downside move, and the idea was very clear why downside can come in at least towards day low, but that did not happen straight away after the commentary. It went first higher, came back to the same juncture, and then the main idea was from the lower end you can basically see the trend line formation and the downside move, which was the quick move which we wanted to happen at 1 o'clock or maybe 2 o'clock or so. It went up, but again the direction going down, taking a trade on the downside was very clear. Now the idea over here, if you try to see this move where the selling came in, he tried to revive, again selling came in, and again yesterday's up move which got failed to sustain on the higher side, that was also very important. So one thing which is there, the upper side resistance is there, so no doubt that upside move will be capped. That's number one. And number two, most importantly, we need to understand what will happen next, because all these buyers who are basically stuck towards the top, they will not allow now Nifty to go on the higher side. And even if it kind of revives and comes back up, you basically have the yesterday's low zone which is there, or prior day's low zone which is there, that will act like resistance. And that is why today after gap down, he tried to revive on the upside, and we can clearly see from the prior day low, sharp selling coming in, again trying to go up, again selling coming in all the way on the downside. Now no doubt that this reversal can be through on the upside, because here we can see downside move, and then the downside does not happen, comes back to the top, goes again sideways, kind of limited on the downside too, and then sharp reversal on the upside has happened of lately. The main idea is, can it go further high? Yes, it can, but should we go for the buy trade over here? I would not suggest that. So what I want to focus over here is to catch reversals at the higher end, and majorly towards the yesterday close and this juncture where morning selling has taken place. So I am more interested to have the resistance zone right at the top. In this particular zone, I am looking out for my sell trade. So I will be looking for sell trade structure into this zone, which is somewhere around 17,900 to 950 kind of zone. We can stretch a bit. I would try to look for my selling structures in this zone. So this is where we will try to catch a reversal for Nifty. Now small bit of revival will always come, that's good. Let him also zoom further up into this. If you want, you can take a trade on the upside, but then you have limited accessibility on the upside, because we do not know how much upside is open over here. Any kind of sharp selling can come from any juncture over here. So taking a trade where we know that the hurdles are ahead, it doesn't make sense, and that's why I'm saying that I will patiently wait for my time to come and basically reach into the higher zone, kind of form the double top at the important resistance format, and then if I take the sell trade, the fall will also be at least till this juncture. I can get easily 70-80 points of drop in Nifty with a small stop loss of 20, 25, 30 points or so. So those are good risk reward trades which we should look out for. Now obviously we need to check the OI data as well to basically understand, okay fine, does we have huge amount of OI at the higher end or not, and that can give us much more edge. Okay fine, along with the structure, are we also getting the OI data point in our favor or no? So if I try to see the OI pointer, let's try to see over here, market is trading somewhere around 17, 850, 870. So 7th of April, out of the money option 17,900, you can see 1,20,000 contracts, and that's why I'm way more sure towards the higher side, even towards 950. If you see, this is the zone where you have almost like 1,50,000 plus contracts on the higher side. So I would like to wait for a rise into the resistance zone, trying to look for the reversal at the higher end. And you can see at the lower end puts, there is no big kind of support coming in from the put side. So there is short kind of reversal which has come through, but sustaining on the higher side is looking out to be quite difficult on the higher side. We can see lately in the last 2 hours some bit of 20,000 contracts have been added around 17,800 or so, but more so has been added towards 18,002 on the higher side. So obviously it's going to remain range bound towards the expiry, but the idea is the OI will increase on both the side. Our agenda is to catch the reversals at the higher end and get the target towards 17,000. Even 850 will do if I try to sell it on the higher juncture. So we are trying to look for sell on the reversal side into the resistance zone. So wait out, do not try to hurry and take the trades in between on the up and down. You can get trapped. So something like this, when people think there is a breakout happening on the upside and people try to rush in, and suddenly the fall, another kind of fall comes in. When the clarity is there, yesterday we said that we are more bearish on Nifty than Bank Nifty, and once you have the structure, you wait for it, it came down, it comes down, gives you an entry, you are also taking the trade, keeping your stop loss intact, you can have a further downside. So, and plus the resistance zone was there at the higher end, you can look for downside from here as well. So same way we are trying to wait for the rise to happen and then try to look for the reversal from the higher side. Let's try to see if Bank Nifty also gives out to be the same signal or not, and if yes, then the downside can come very fast. Okay, before that, the most important thing is do like, comment and do share with your friends and colleagues. And I had got some comments in the previous 2 commentaries as well, that more or less you are also having a similar thought process, the structure are getting aligned, you are learning from the insights that we are trying to basically provide. So that's a good feeling when our content is basically helping you or navigating you through your analysis to trade Nifty Bank Nifty. So same thing on Bank Nifty as well, where we saw yesterday Bank Nifty was way more focused and strong. So I was not much bearish on Bank Nifty because we can see it did not make a new low. So that was number 1. Number 2, we again saw a good kind of support coming over here as well on Bank Nifty. So overall Bank Nifty was very strong. It did go up, but the same thing as Nifty came back down, tried out multiple time testing over here, came down below this, and then the important support zone was also taken out. So one thing is very clear, even if it tries to rush up, okay, and if I try to see this morning, it could not even go prior to the highs which were there, and even if it rushes on the higher side, we are very clear this entire zone or pack will act like resistance. Now why it acts like resistance, you should always understand, find zones where the buyers or sellers are trapped, and then only you can get good successful trade formats. So as a trader, you need to just find your zones where the people are trapped. So you can see the buyers over here, you can see buyers over here, and even here buyers, all of them are kind of trapped. And if they are trapped and the price has gone down, and when the price reaches into this zone, what will you get? You will get some rejection coming from 38,000 to 38,100 zone, and plus you have the max put OI also towards 38,000 zone. So I would love for Bank Nifty to rise towards 38,000 zone, and if it rises towards here, I will be the first one to look for my reversal structure at the higher end. So that should be your thought process. You have yesterday close, you have max put OI, you have prior buyers are being stuck in the higher zone, so you should wait for your format to come into this zone and then start looking for the sell trade. So let's see the OI as well, and if I try to see in the OI to understand whether the good build up has happened around this 18,000 or so, that will give us another edge to know. So like in Nifty, we are very clear the OI is also helping us, and we can look for sell structure over there. Here same on Bank Nifty, you can see somewhere around more than 1 lakh contract on 38,000. So clearly bearish on Bank Nifty as well. If it rises into the 38,000 zone or towards that, trying to look for M structure, trend line breakout, breakdown on the reversal trade setup. So even in the last 2 hours, we can see 500 huge OI and 38,000, but 37,500 is obviously towards the day low, but majorly no big OI addition has been happening over here, and that's why we are waiting out for the up move. And along with the up move, the prior buyers can become again our target for the selling format. So one thing is clear, morning selling pressure is any which way is high. It tried to revive up, and you can clearly see is unable to go higher than this. And if you want to catch a decent, let's say a breakout trade or something like that, now many people needs to have clarity. If you want to catch the upside move also over here. We do not want him to go down, that's number one. He comes back down, then again he tries to revive, again he comes back, makes a spike, comes back, and then you will have the upside move which will come through. So something like this, comes back down and then it makes a spike, comes back, kind of sustains above this, and then you can have a decent rally of 100 points on the upside. So if you want to catch the breakout, never rush into this trade to catch this breakout over here. Okay, many people try to catch over here for the breakout, and then suddenly the price comes down, and sometimes it can even come back down. Okay, so rather than rushing, you wait for it to sustain and let him make a spike, come back up, sustain on the above resistance zone. If it sustains above this, then the flying will be very, very fast. So the idea over here is, where should I buy? I should buy here, keeping this as a very small stop loss. So the risk reward is fantastic. If I lose 60-70 points, and if I am able to get 150 points, that's where we want risk reward of 1:1.5, 1:2 on intraday. Then only you will continuously make money. So that's the idea about Bank Nifty. Kind of, I do not see it going down. That's number one. Number two, I feel that it can sustain into the side zone area, and if it does, we can have an uptick over here maybe in an hour or so. But the idea is, after an hour or so, once the uptick comes in, make sure that 38,000 will become a very good barrier to basically look for the sell trade on the downside. So this is what I am looking out for. And if you want to catch the breakout, I have told you, morning high, it has to sustain above that, and then the flying can happen, right? So that's it for today's Nifty Bank Nifty analysis. I hope you'll join tomorrow for our Hero Zero call, and till now, for majority of Thursdays, we have gone right. So we hope that can also give you an edge for the Hero Zero expiry. Any other inputs from your side, you're welcome. Kindly comment. So we also do reply back to every comment that we get, and make sure that you like the commentary so that we get an edge in promoting our videos. So once again, thank you very much. Do like and share, and we connect again tomorrow for live session.